And we are live. Welcome to the Manic Money Finance channel. I'm Money Mike, and I'm here to talk to you about what's going on in the markets. Right? I am here to tell you it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. If you follow me, you know. You know what you're doing. You are leaps and bounds ahead of everyone else. I have to apologize for last night's live stream. We got a little unhinged. We were quite inebriated. Very inebriated. We were doing the tequila straight. The silver tequila straight, people. That's what we were doing. You know, that's how we roll here. But basically, it's going to go ahead and bring up Bitcoin. Because, you know, we're just seeing an interesting thing here. And it's an ugly chart. And as you can see, it broke out of the trend line here. But now we have... Dude, why? Sorry, my dogs are weird. We have a new funnel starting. This new price wedge starting here. All right. I'm going to just delete all these other ones now because we have more data. All right. So when we have new data, we need to adjust. All right. So as you can see, this thing is probably going to trade within these levels for quite some time here. All right. You already know how we roll here, how we do this stuff. And it broke out of the old funnel to the downside. That's okay. You know, the United States sovereign wealth fund did not include Bitcoin. So therefore, people freaked out. They freaked out, which is all right. It's totally all right. I get it. You know, we thought we were going to see some insanity. Sorry. I had to do a little Coinbase action. Because I want to show you guys something here, right? So if you're like me, you want to trade on the weekends. Definitely want to trade on the weekends. If you want to trade on the weekends, you're not going to be trading stocks, right? The only thing you're going to be able to trade is Bitcoin. So I'm going to show you what I noticed. A possible trend here, right? So we're talking about buyer to seller ratios, right? Buyer to seller ratios. So you see Bitcoin where it's at. We'll get into the buyer seller ratios after. So Bitcoin where it's at right now compared to the S&P 500. This is what I'm talking about with the decoupling. So right, this thing is full of gaps. full of gaps. This is from day-to-day gaps from overnight trading. Because in order to compete with Bitcoin, the S&P 500 now trades on the overnight, which is wild. But you saw that 1 month chart for Bitcoin, how it is declining. And look at the S&P is maintaining that $6,000 price level. Meanwhile, Bitcoin has fallen below the $100,000 price level, because I had the 100,000 to 6,000 price coupling hypothesis, and I knew it was going to decouple eventually, and it did. Bitcoin to the downside, and the S&P is holding water for now. Anybody who follows the S&P knows that all of these gaps, that's an ugly situation, and they are filling. Like right after this gap, it filled immediately. This one filled too. I made some predictions on the SPY, and I said the SPY is going to keep going up, and it is still maintaining this beautiful price action. Meanwhile, Bitcoin is not. They really drank all that water already? You look like you're filling up the water bowl in the toilet. Why don't you turn on the light? I'm Heather. I like to live in the darkness. I was born in the darkness. You merely adapted the darkness. You didn't know the darkness till you were a grown man. No. What is it? I didn't see daylight till I was a grown man. Anybody who's seen The Dark Knight Rises knows what that's all about. So, against my best judgment, I'm going to start going into Coinbase, right? So this is my account, my personal account. I jumped into this bad boy today, right around here. So I got in at 0.0038. What I was seeing was a buyer to seller ratio, right? So Coinbase has this beautiful little thing, buyer seller ratio, and it doesn't update a bunch. It doesn't update a bunch. So this one is still showing 94.85% for a while now. But most likely that is not the case anymore. Like, because you see this spike right here. Oh, yeah. I started with $400 today. I could have made $200 if I had been paying attention here when this thing absolutely went parabolic. But basically these are just pumping groups. So these are just people pumping cryptos. So what I'll do is I'll find, I'll usually go on in the morning after all this re-updates, because now, like most of these have been on here for a while, but I'll find one with a market cap of 100 million or less. See, like 1.3 billion. That's not big time. That's a new one. And you find ones that are moving up the chart. See, that one already pumped. Optimism's been on here for a while. But the morning is the best time to hit this and find this. So I found this bad boy at 3.8. I sold in probably, I missed on this spike, but I sold around here. So, with the fees and everything else, it was only a $50 gain, but that covered my laundromat for the day, and obviously with the way things are going, with the freaking the little known altcoins, the brand new stuff, and how susceptible they are to a rug pull, I'm not trying to get into that stuff. I'm trying to find stuff that's a little more stable. I'm trying to get my 10, 20% per trade, if not more. I'm trying to avoid, just insanity. So Coinbase is nice. So they do have a Coinbase Advanced, which is a beautiful, beautiful system. You know, this is what I enjoy right here because you can actually see the price action, USD spread. So this is Bitcoin right here. All right. And derivatives. All right. I mean, they're all kind of looking bad. So these derivatives, this is a futures trading. They do have that on Coinbase. They have oil on Coinbase. Silver, people. It's pretty wild. All the stuff that they have on Coinbase for derivatives, for futures trading. Then, of course, we got spot trading, right? And I might actually end up doing a trade right here on stream for y'all. All right. I've been eyeing this one up today. I've definitely been eyeing this one up today. And I'm just seeing this one, right? Ooh, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful chart. And I don't think people realize just how beautiful it is, right? So you have a wedge pattern forming here. This is these are 6-hour candles, right? So you have this thing funneling up. You have price action tightening on these wicks. You see how these wicks? Yeah. You know what? We're going to go for a market buy. We're going to go for a max buy. We're going to go for $12,222. You know, the fee is going to be $526, but the rebate, I'm going for it. Success, right? Oh, yes. And then we're going to use the rest of that. So now, boom, we have DNT. We have district docs. And that spike from 355 to 360, that was my buy. So it transfers from the bid to the ask. So obviously, the way this went up and the way this is flagging out, you know, this thing is tightening and eventually it's going to pop. Like I'm looking at 6-hour candles, but if you look at the 1-day candles, you see the same thing. Like it is so far removed from its monthly high back on the 25th of January. And this new low, you know, I just don't see this thing staying down there. So Bitcoin, as you know, we like to see that 830. Let's bring this right down to the 5-minute chart. We like to see an 830 reversal, somewhere between 8 and 830. So obviously, right here, this is 8, and honestly, we might not even see a reversal on this one this time. Typically, that's how it works. On this particular one, though, as you can see, my balance actually went down. Right? 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart. Just don't pay attention to this. Okay, people? Don't pay attention to this. That's lifetime. All right. That is lifetime. That's how you know I know what I'm talking about. But we're gonna hang out here. We're gonna watch this, right? We're gonna watch this. Because as you know, I paid for the laundromat today already. I was watching District Docs and I was telling myself, this looks pretty nice right now. And I think we're gonna see a slow, gradual climb as long as Bitcoin keeps climbing. You know? And would you look at that? The order books are going nuts. We have another green wick. It topped out over the last green wick. So this is the 5 minute. You know, you can go down to the 1 minute. If you go down to the 1 minute, it seems more pronounced. I wouldn't call it a double top because it did pop up over. I think Bitcoin's going to move back into the 100K region, just based off of economic indicators, the fact that it has become so mainstream. But we might be seeing an 8:30 p.m. reversal here, which might hurt our holding that we just jumped into. But I have a soft spot for District Docs. And it looks like we're going to take off. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. Beautiful, beautiful thing. Oh, look at it go. Look at it go. Now remember, we still might see an 8:30 p.m. reversal. So this thing might just be hunting some stop losses on the shorters over in Asia there. Bam. And back this up here. And you see this. You see my little lines here. So we might see some sideways trading into this region till tomorrow morning, right? February 9th. You know. So midnight is right here. So we might see some sideways trading till 4 or 5 in the morning. I wholeheartedly believe this thing is going to pop. So if you look at the order book here, you see these cells, right? 21,000, 17,000. Makes no sense. And obviously 0.354, no big deal. As long as it maintains. All right, what are we looking at? The 1 hour chart. It's right here. It might not be till Monday at noon. But you see how these wicks are wicking out, and these sell wicks aren't doing the same thing. So when people are buying, they are spiking the price, and they don't care. That's people with money who can manipulate the price of this cryptocurrency. And boom, would you look at that? Oh my God. We might be seeing this thing regain 100K by the end of the day Sunday. It's not crazy to think about. All right. See, this is one of the ones I was looking at, the buy side ratio. This is another one, buy side ratio. All right. Buy side ratio. This one went nuts this weekend. You see this, and it's already, he's just losing steam already. It's wild. But yeah. So I found a new tactic with buy side ratios. Obviously, I broke away from that tactic here when I got into District Docs. I'm basically looking at one of your stereotypical, crypto pumps. District Docs tends to just pump pretty bad. Randomly, it hit 20 cents about a year ago now. And we are coming up on that 1 year anniversary. March 9th. So the way algorithms and trading bots work, they're going to look at that 1 year history and that pump from a year ago, and they will attempt to pump it again. So I'm rolling with District Docs. I kind of like crypto a little bit better as far as the short-term trading goes, because let's face it, you're not relying on news. Obviously, I have restructured and reworked my trading strategies So this is a part of that. Like I'm getting into, your cryptos that are listed on all exchanges, your altcoins that are everywhere already, because they're just going to be more stable. You're not going to have to worry about that Coinbase pump. And what's been happening lately is actually when things get listed on Coinbase, they tend to bomb. The last 6 coins that have been listed on Coinbase bombed after they got on Coinbase because it's one of the most widely used exchanges in the world. And because of that, they're just, they're not going to do well. It's Saturday night, and I'm not going to go over any economic data for next week. I'm just kind of jumping on here, see how the interest is in this. Obviously, I covered my wins last night, my long-term wins. Stuff I've been talking about for a long time, people. Stuff I've been talking about for a long time. But I actually want to, put a little egg on my face right now and go over Snap. As you can see here, I was expecting this thing to funnel up into here and then make a move, and it didn't. So the day before earnings, it went up to 11 and change, and then they announced earnings in aftermarket, and it shot up to 12.50 at its highest. You're not going to see that in the trading view chart because they only put, the prices during the regular open markets. But it did not maintain, and by the time it opened the next morning, it was in the gutter, the price. So what did I do? Did I sell? No. I bought more. Right around here. Right? So now that it's starting back up, and you see I drew a bottom. Right? There's no reason for this stock to be trading under this price right here. And it might still regain into this funnel. It's highly unlikely. Max pain was $11.50 for last Friday, and it did not regain max pain, but it moved up towards it. So when I was talking about rethinking different trading strategies, max pain is one of those strategies. I'm looking at basically a trading strategy that utilizes max pain for the Friday of every week. Because as we all know, the market makers, they are going to make sure, they are going to try everything they can to make sure a stock remains or goes to max pain. But yeah. Doesn't seem like we're generating any interest tonight. I got 0 viewers, and I'm not going to waste time streaming to an empty hallway. I am probably going to just go back and stream on Populous Personas, which is growing faster than money is, which is okay. It is what it is. And I keep making videos. And, y'all will see my genius, but it'll probably be too late. You'll miss out on all the gains from 2025 by the time you find this channel. But yeah, I just got to make sure I stream every day for about 30 minutes. And if y'all ain't going to watch, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? As you can see, our district ox trade is maintaining. That was my buy right here. Pretty sweet. A little market buy, a little red wick, and we'll probably, as you can see, we'll maintain this upward pressure. If you look at the 3-month chart, as you see, we are reaching a 3-month bottom. And I think we can do pretty well here from these levels, because what I was talking about right here was the 1-year chart. And the algorithms and the bots will trade on this 1-year price trend. So I'll probably hang on to this bad boy for a while. And, I'll check back in with you guys tomorrow night, let you know what's going on with it. And hopefully, it's made me some more money. But yeah, stay frosty, my